I know you're dealing. Nothing crazy, okay? Just some painkillers, maybe.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Well, it's another self-care day, self-care night, yeah. So I stayed in a hotel again. I really did splurge. Oh my gosh, yeah. I splurged and I'm really excited. I've got a new, a Mac coming, a computer. It was supposed to be here yesterday, and then I got a notice that it wasn't gonna be here till Monday, and I thought, what? But it just got noticed that it's gonna be here and I can start writing better. The laptop that I have it's a Latitude, Dell Latitude, and I ordered it, it was refurbished, but the battery is gone. I always have to plug it in, and it's just, yeah, it lags, it doesn't have any space. I got a Mac with 1 T. That way I can store all my videos and everything in it. And I've got their best video editing program. I had it installed on there. So I'm really excited. Are you excited for me? You know, it was a big splurge. It really was. And, you know, I've been talking a lot about money, our financial situation. Well, I have a lot of things on minivanlee.com, and I asked you, I got the neck gaiters, I've got exercise videos, I've got jewelry, and of course, you know, I've got my book online. The book is really important, but maybe the other things aren't so important. So here's my deal. If you want them, I think what I'm going to do for the neck gaiters, I'm going to put the price down because winter is coming and I know you need these. And it's just so easy to flip it up. If you're going to walk into a store, just flip it up. I did wash my hair. Oops, side note. I went off on another subject already. I do that. How many of you do that if you're real chatty? You just like go from one to the next subject. Well, anyways, back to neck gaiters. I'll bring the price down just a little bit. But here's what I'm going to suggest for you is just, you know, start buying things that are going to really be important for you. You need to be getting a power station, whether it's Jackery. I prefer Jackery. I wish they would sponsor me, but they don't. And a Jackery. There's the Blue Eddies, and I think there might be other companies. I'm a Jackery person. The two, here's one reason that I actually wanted to get a place. It's been so cloudy and rainy the past few days, even with two Jackery's 500s, and the fact that I'm really only using fans and powering my phones, whatever. Phew, yeah, they were both getting really low. So I was ready to wash my hair, and so that's why I came here. But back to the power stations. You need to get those, and you need to get a solar panel. And what I'm doing is I have been tagging those products, Jackery especially, onto my videos. Now, if you use that link and buy there, I get a small commission, but for me, the most important thing for you is to get it. You know, I've got some money. You don't have to be buying my things unless you want to. You know, some of you have a lot of money and you just want to, you know, have some cool jewelry. I find either I'm selling my older jewelry or, and it's really good quality, or I'm finding it. I'm going around in resale shops, finding some really unusual pieces. So if you got the money and you want to do it, I would go for it. I really would. I had this up for sale, but you know, I decided to keep it myself. I like the red. And when I get to Tucson, I'm thinking about actually getting a part-time job. And so I'm going to need jewelry and I'm going to need some clothes, things like that. For you, you need a solar panel and you need a Jackery. You need to get some USB fans. Those, I'm going to list those as the 3 main items for being comfortable inside your vehicle. if in fact you need to take off. So let's talk about that, because I've been getting, not much, but every once in a while I get somebody that pushes back on it, right? Well, here's the dealio, folks. Do you remember what that movie's from? So what's the dealio? That's from Napoleon Dynamite. And another one I usually say is, well, you might as well do something while you're doing nothing. Remember that? Napoleon Dynamite, great movie. In fact, I own it. And it's downloaded onto my old phone so I can watch it whenever I want to. Yeah. Okay, so here's some of the things that people have said on pushback. Well, I haven't heard anything about it. You need to reference what you're talking about. We've been going on with finances forever, and there's not, we're just keep going. Things are different. They just are. Things are different now. And I'm not going to reference every little thing. Well, here's one reason why. It's because it's everywhere. You're not looking. This is not the time to put your head in the sand, folks. There's a lot going on financially. I saw another, and I can't reference it, so I'm just going to briefly mention it, is that there was an executive order signed a year ago. And basically what it states is, and I can't even, I'm sorry, but it did scare me. And I don't know if it's true, but it is pretty scary. And I believe it to be true, because even Tucker Carlson's talking about it, things like that. And people who are kind of in the know of what's going on and are willing to tell the truth, is that if the government wants to, or suspects, or could say they suspect, they can seize all of your property, all of your assets, and seize your bank accounts. That's pretty freaking scary, right? Somebody mentioned today that he said, well, I was talking about the homeless, and he says, well, you do know that there are people on the streets, and I know the window coverings, and they don't have anything to cover. So you need to think about that. Oh, believe me, I'm from Tucson. Hello. I know the homeless world. I do. And I had a good friend who was homeless on the streets. In fact, a couple of them. I knew somebody I worked with, and he got in a bad accident, and he literally found himself on the streets because he was a head injury, and, couldn't work anymore, and was on Social Security. And yeah, he became homeless. We are all one step away from being homeless. And I'm one step away from being on the streets. So I don't take this for granted that I do have a vehicle. I thank God every day that, thank you, that I have my vehicle. Now, back to, well, what am I referencing? There's no proof. Well, there's bricks, okay? And that could definitely, and more nations are joining bricks, which means that the petrodollar, right, could fall. Now, I'm no financial expert, but believe me, that's a big deal. We will fall. We just will fall. The dollar won't be worth crap anymore. And so all of your savings, all the things that all of us, and it's not me, it's you, it's them, it's all of you. Unless you don't own anything and you're homeless on the streets and you don't have anything to lose. Most of us have something to lose. We could all be on the streets. But I'm telling you what will happen. What I'm trying to do is warn people that if there is a financial collapse, whether it be a year from now or 5 years from now, it's coming. It really is. I mean, I'm just done. And digital currency is marching toward us. Oh, and I've had people say, well, there's already digital currency. No. Just because we use our cards and we have, digitally on our phones, we can check our bank. I'm talking about complete digital currency, okay? And nobody seems to know what the implications of that are. Well, what does that mean? If what's in the bank, is it going to be completely matched with digital currency? Or are we going to go to social ratings? And that will determine our digital currency. Well, if you believe in this, or if you're a Christian, or if you've ever believed in that, or you've made a comment about that, or the pictures that you posted on social media, that could determine how much you get of your money, of your money. So I'm just saying that most of you know this, but there are still some out there that they don't have a clue what's coming down the pike, what's marching toward us. Things are not the same. There's going to be a complete shift. The world as we know it is going to be so different. Am I trying to scare you? No, I'm trying to prepare you. So, the reason I started this conversation is you need to get your money. Don't go to minivanlee.com and spend your money unless you got so much. Then come on, right? Because I got some cool jewelry on there, and I got all different neck gaiters. But go out and buy what you need. Go buy what you need. You need a power station, at least a 500. Don't go for less. If you can get 1,000 or 2,000, oh my gosh, yes. Because when you're in your home, if the electricity goes out, and that could be a tornado or a big electrical storm, hello. We're not just talking about, oh, the grid's going to fall apart. You need that to keep your refrigerator going because you don't lose all your food or your freezer, okay? And that also includes if you got somebody who's an invalid and you're taking care of them in your home, that they're on a machine, a breathing machine, something, yes, that will keep you going too. But you need solar with it too. Because if the grid goes down, or you need to get a gas generator, just get a quiet one, but get a gas generator. These are things you're going to need. Now, why would the grid go down? Well, the biggest that we talk about is an EMP, and that's going to wipe everything out. Somebody had mentioned on a comment, they said, well, if the grid goes down, you're not even going to be able to drive your car. You won't be able to get gas or drive your car. Well, you won't be able to drive your car. That's what they said. And I said, well, it's not entirely true. I can still drive my car unless it's an EMP. Where the grid comes in is I won't be able to pump gas, right? I mean, if you're storing gas, you have to add in fuels, gasoline stabilizers and things like that. But there's a lot of people that have taken the time to do that. So they've got hunkers out in Idaho somewhere. They've teamed up with other people. If you read the book Patriots. Oh my gosh, by James Wesley. Oh my gosh, that's what they did. They were planning that like 10 years in advance. They had a group of people that they all trusted. They were all over the nation, but they had this one place, and one couple stayed there and took care of everything. And during the time, they would bring things in, drop them off, and then go back to their lives, right? Well, when the shit hits the fan and when the Patriots, guess what? That's what the theme of everything was. The fall of the dollar. So I would get that book. If you don't believe me, what could happen? Yeah, the fall of the dollar is going to create riots, chaos. The streets won't be safe. I mean, they just won't. Eventually, they won't. So, yeah, if the grid goes down, and some people said, well, you won't even be able to flush your toilet. And they said, oh, of course, flushing your toilet isn't controlled by electricity. Well, guess what is controlled by electricity? The water coming in. If the grid goes down, there will not be water coming out of your faucet any longer. Okay? Just saying. So, but you can, if you live by a lake, you can go get water, use your toilet, and dump water into the toilet. It will flush. But you can't just flush it and expect water to go back into your tank once the grid is down. Okay, so now some people say, well, wouldn't it be safer to be in your home? Why do we have to get in our vehicles? Why do we have to get vehicles ready? Well, here's why. I know I sound like I'm lecturing you. Ooh, okay, I'll calm down. Calm down. Here's why. Okay, because, oh yeah, I mean, if you're in a good position, let me just take a town, for instance, and the one that comes to my mind would be Kingman, Arizona. Kingman, there's a lot of nomads that live there, that hang there, and a lot of boondockers, and just people who are laid back and chill. Well, I don't know, things might not be rioting in Kingman, Arizona, but I guarantee you in Phoenix they will. Oh my goodness. there's going to be pockets that it's going to start in. People are going to be so dissatisfied and so freaked out. Can you imagine that the dollar falls? People are going to freaking freak out. They're friggin' freak out. Yeah, they will. And it's going to be hard. Let's go with this. It's going to be hard for people to get their medications that they need, because a lot of people are on antidepressants. They're going to be going through withdrawals. There's a lot of people that can't find cigarettes. They're going to be freaking out, right? Alcoholics can't get their alcohol. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to bust the windows of the stores and start taking what they need. The pharmacies, they'll have to bar them up. And once people do get through, hordes will come in and they will take what they want. And it'll be dangerous. They'll shoot you to get what they want. I've seen movies, I've read books, I've seen scenarios, and this is what happens if there's going to be chaos. And if the dollar falls. Now, let's see, what else did people say in the videos? You know, most of you really get it out there. If you're listening right now, you get it. You know what's going on, and you are telling me you appreciate me bringing all this stuff up. In fact, a couple of you have actually said there are no other nomads, van dwellers, talking about this. I think Bob Wells is kind of. I really do. I think he's kind of alluding to it a little bit. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what's going on. I usually don't promote Bob Wells. I don't promote anybody. I mean, you know, but I think at this point, I think a lot of us need to work together. We got to be together in this, everybody. So here's what I propose in all of these videos that I've done recently and coming up. Oh, there's more coming up. I have to prepare the one on safety. I don't have it totally prepared up. That's why I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to allude up to it. I'm going to build up to it. Because some of the things I'm going to talk about can be kind of scary and worrisome. But I want you to prepare. Here's the thing with neighborhoods. Whoops, don't want to fall back here. It's not my chair. I don't know. Okay. That would be pretty good on film, wouldn't it? Woo! Yeah, go back. Of course, I'd hit my head on that back there. Here's the thing. If the area that you live in becomes chaos, they're going to beat your door down, and they're going to take what they want. They're called marauders, and they gather together. They're like locusts, and they take what they want. And they're willing to kill for it and hurt you and your family. So here's where I'm at. For your safety, why not just get your vehicle, get some things, and have them ready? If you have a garage, you can just put them in the garage. Yeah. A solar panel, your power stations, some fans, some bins, get some food. You know, like you could get like packs and packs and packs and packs of tuna packs and chicken packs, right? I mean, get yourself a stove. Get yourself something that you can cook with. Have some flour in there so you could at least flour and oil, olive oil. Make yourself a little makeshift tortilla and put, you know, yeah, for carbs. You need carbs. Don't listen to this health thing that you don't need carbs anymore. Oh my gosh, eat carbs. Good grief. You need carbohydrates for your brain to work. Okay, so what's wrong with doing that? I'm not saying that, oh, everybody must get in their car and just drive away. Well, if there's nothing going on, don't worry about it. Keep your eyes and your ears to the tracks and see what the temperature is, right? And, you know, talk to your neighbors, talk to your family, get a plan going. You could have a meetup place, because believe me, if the shit hits the fan, people are going to go friggin' nuts. and they're willing to hurt people. You may need to get out of the city. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, you need to leave your home, sell it, and get out. No, I'm telling you to be prepared for these things. And I hope this is making sense. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. I know some of you don't want to hear it. Why would I want to anger my viewers? Why would I want to anger a lot of you? I feel led to do, I don't know why, I just feel led to do this. I feel like I need to talk about this with you. I don't really want to. I know I'm okay, and I know a lot of you know you're okay. I'm not scared. Sometimes I do get a little worried about my money in my bank. And I think we all should probably, you know, I'm not willing to just go out and buy a whole bunch of gold. And I'm going to talk about finances down there too, so I'll be quiet about that. I don't know if I want to walk around with a whole bunch of gold. Gold and silver, yeah, you know. Because I don't know when this is all going to fall. I do know it will. I just don't know when. I know that things are building up towards it, so. It could be tomorrow. It could be 5 years from now. I don't know. But here's my point with everybody is I'm just trying to tickle your brain. I want to tickle your brain with ideas. Yesterday, the video was about covering up your windows, getting some window coverings for the vehicle you have right now. Now, if you get a new vehicle, then you want to get make some new ones for that vehicle. Believe me, when you're inside of your car and you had to go somewhere and get out of the city, you do not want people looking in, and you do not want to just hang over a towel over your window. I mean, it just is so obvious. Yeah. Yep. Now, when it comes to the safety video I'm going to do, I am going to talk about weapons, different types of weapons. So be prepared for that. It'll be a two-parter. Well, this has been going on long enough. It's just a chit-chat thing. And I just love you guys. I am driven to do this. I don't know. There's something in me that says you need to be a little bit of a trumpet. Not the big trumpets. I know, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. But I do need to kind of be a sounding board to get you to think there's nothing wrong with thinking about these things. Your best bet, again, I will reiterate, is if you're alone, if you're disabled and you're living alone inside of your home, you need to contact your family and friends and say, do we have a plan? Can we make a plan? Let's talk about these things, okay? And start getting a notebook together and writing these things down. So I love you guys. Yeah, if you want neck gaiters, I've still got quite a few. Got quite a few black. If you want neck gaiters, go to minivanlee.com. Minivan-lee.com. I've got a bunch of them. And I mean, if you do want to give me a gift, there's that on the website. There's jewelry if you want to look at what I have. And there's exercise videos. And I've got the shamags. Those would be coming in handy, wouldn't it? If you had to go on foot. So there's things on there. If you don't have a lot of money, start thinking about getting those things that you need. Now, let's say you don't have a car and you're going to, and the shit hits the fan and you're in your house and you can't leave. You're disabled, you're old, you're older, you can't do anything. Wouldn't it be nice to actually know that maybe if you had a balcony, you could put your solar panel out, bring the cord in and be powering up, you know, your phones and plug it into your power station? Wouldn't that be nice? Another thing too, you might want to get like a small refrigerator so you don't have such a big one to power up if you want to keep food a little bit. So there's all these things. I don't know what your circumstances are because they're all different. Okay, bye everybody. I love you.